language, racist or sexual comments, threats, or other intimidating actions. Spectators do not direct any verbal abuse toward opponents, coaches, or officials. Consumption of alcohol or drugs is prohibited and is cause for expulsion from an event. Those persons violating these guidelines will be asked to leave the premises. We thank you for supporting Coast to Coast Athletic Conference athletics. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please stand as we honor America and the men and women who serve our country with a play of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing today's starting lineups first for the visiting Roadrunners of Mountain Gateway Community College. First, a 5'10" freshman from Manassas, Virginia, number 0, Brandon Pritchett. A 5'5" freshman from Raleigh, North Carolina, number 2, Jaden Rice. A 5'11" freshman from Augusta, Georgia, number 11, Dontrell Smith. A 6'2" freshman from Emporia, Virginia, number 13, Anthony Harrison. And a 6'4" freshman from Wake Forest, North Carolina, number 21, Terrence Hodge. Head coach of Mountain Gateway is William Yarbrough. And now, introducing the starting lineup for the home team for today's game number 1 for Virginia Peninsula Community College. First, a 5'11" from Hampton, Virginia, number 1, Kenny Page. Six foot from Hampton, Virginia, number 3, Jalen Davis. 6'3" from Richmond, Virginia, number 4, Aiden Braithwaite. 5'8" from Yorktown, Virginia, number 10, Tyree Weeks.
I'm not even from
And 6'8" from Chesapeake, Virginia, number 15, Chauncey Gilliam. Head coach of the Gators is Chris Moore. He is assisted by Alex White, Zeke Avery, Jamal Solomon, Marvin Dixon, Earl Hester, and Willie Gauze.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Freeman Center on the campus of Christopher Newport University, where we are hosting today's matchup between the Virginia Peninsula Community College and Mountain Gateway Community College. Here today, Christopher Newport men's basketball taking on Salisbury for senior day. Following this event today, starting lineups for the Road Runners: number 0, Brandon Pritchett; number 2, Jaden Rice; number 11, Dontrell Smith; number 13, Anthony Harrison; number 21, Terrence Hodge. The Road Runners are in navy, going right to left on your screen. And starting for the Virginia Peninsula Community College: number 3, Jalen Davis; number 1, Kenny Page; number 4, Aiden Braitwith; number 10, Tyree Weeks; and number 15, Chauncey Gillum. They are in the white uniforms, going left to right on your screen today. Failed attempt there for the Alligators. Mountain Gateway will have a chance to now set up their offense. Driving up the court is number 2, Jaden Rice. Setting up their offense with some ball movement. Now shot from behind the arc is no good for number 13, Anthony Harrison. That one bounced around a little bit. Thought that he had that one. Alligators will come set up their offense here. Driving inside is number 10, Tyree Weeks. Ball goes out and is still the Alligators' ball. Alligators will look to set up their offense here down at the other end. Couldn't handle the pass there. Gillum quickly driving down the court. Shot from behind the arc. Hits the front rim. Goes back up. Block from behind. Referee calls a foul. And Brandon Pritchett will head to the line for the Road Runners. Chauncey Gillum gets the first personal foul there. 2 shots here for Pritchett. First shot is good. First point on the game for today for the Road Runners and for everyone in the Freeman Center. Second shot is good and up. Road Runners in a press here. Alligators looking to break it down the court is number 4, Aiden Braitwaith. Gets across half court. Great effort there by number 13, Anthony Harrison. Foul was called before the play on that one. Great effort there, though. Aiden Braitwaith will be the one to bring in the ball now. Likes to go back behind the half. Now they'll look to set up an offense here. Switches it around. Jalen Davis has it. Didn't like the shot there. Dishes it off. Pass inside to Gilliam. Shot clock expires. A little too much there for the Virginia Peninsula Community College. Just looking to take that shot and then hesitated a little bit. Tried to find that extra pass and continued to move it around, but shot clock ran out. Now Mountain Gateway will have an opportunity to come down here and set up their offense. Swings it through Dontrell Smith. Smith driving inside. Smith goes up and no good. Great drive inside there. Unfortunate to not capitalize on that opportunity there for the Road Runners. Full head of steam. Driving inside is number 3, Jalen Smith, and he goes up and ties the game up now for Virginia Peninsula Community College. 2-2, and a 30-second timeout is called. Today's game is hosted at Christopher Newport University because at halftime of today's game, Christopher Newport and Virginia Peninsula Community College will announce an academic agreement that will make it easier for students wishing to enroll in CNU after attending Virginia Peninsula Community College, and it will be a bridge to a CNU program. that will streamline the transfer process for Virginia Peninsula Community College students. This program will offer a range of benefits, including access, need-based financial aid, waived application fees, guaranteed acceptance of all transfer credits from Virginia Peninsula Community College. Back here at the Freeman Center today, we have the Roadrunners driving down. After the 30-second timeout, we are back into action. Missed pass there, couldn't quite handle it. Another missed pass and an easy layup there for Kenny Page. Roadrunners with speed coming back down the court is number 2, Jaden Rice. He dishes it off to Dontrell Smith, and now Smith will have an opportunity to drive down the court. Smith dishes it off again, and up, blocked shot is Pritchett. Back on the other end, we have Braithwaite, who stumbled a little bit on that and then tapped it off to Tyree Weeks, and Weeks was able to capitalize on that one, and Virginia Peninsula has upped their lead to 4 at this point. Ball is hit out of bounds there. Great defense there for the Alligators. So now will be an inbound, and going to do that is Smith. Dishes it off to Rice, and now Rice swings it back around. Moves the ball, shot from behind the arc, just bounces out, but the rebound recovered by Davian Bowens, who entered the game. Puts that one on the board for Mountain Gateway. Back on the other end, driving up, and ball bounces, and good is Jalen Davis. So still maintaining that 4-point lead as Virginia Peninsula Community College. They have a foul there. Kenny Page gets his first personal foul, 3rd team foul. So now will be an inbound for the Roadrunners. Shot from behind the arc is good and falls for Smith. Back down on the other end. Slips inside, but ball gets knocked out of bounds. So it will be Virginia Peninsula's ball. They will inbound here with 19 seconds on the shot clock. Have some time. Shot is put up and falls. Gilliam was unfortunate to not hit that one there. And a quick turnaround. Butler finishes that one for the Roadrunners. And now the Roadrunners take the lead again, 9-8. Great cross-court pass right there. Another one. Shot is up, and unfortunate not to fall there, but a great string of passes there for the Alligators. Great block there. Defense coming up big for them, able to return down to the other end. Weeks loses possession of that one there, but catches up to his player and knocks that one out of bounds. Subbing in for the Gators, number 21, Devon Falk. He will take out Chauncey Gilliam, as Gilliam will go take a seat and rest a little bit. Shot does not fall there. Another one. Rebound and foul called on number 11, Smith. That's his first personal foul. Shot clock problems there. So the referee will call his timeout, and now it's moving back. Inbounding there are the Gators. swinging the ball around. Now we have the Gators driving inside and looks to dish it off, passes it off behind the arc. Shot just hits the front rim, no good for the Gators. Roadrunners come back with speed down in the other end. Ball is up, shot is no good. And another play with speed, almost finessed it, is Braithwaite. Unable to convert there, and a strong block there from Falk. Just came in the game and is making a difference there with a very strong block. Roadrunners lead 9-8 with 14:34 left in this first half. Ball was out of bounds there on the Gators, so inbounding will be Rice. Rice finds Smith. Smith bounces that one off his foot and out of bounds, so it's going to be the Gators' ball. Mountain Gateway is staying in their press here, trying to make it difficult for the Gators to get across half, and does so as Tyree Weeks, his back foot stepped out of bounds, and now the Roadrunners are rewarded with the ball down here in their offensive end. Great pass there. Moving the ball quickly, 16 seconds left on the shot clock, has some time, puts one up, leaves that one short at the top of the rim, but to get the rebound is Smith, and Smith puts that one up. Roadrunners lead 11-8 now in this first half. Falk gets that inbound there and then takes it off to the court himself. Then hits that off, and so VPCC will get the ball there. Timeout is called, and now it will be a media timeout. I will also take a break here, so you're watching men's basketball on cnusports.com/watch. As we are back from the break, want to give a shout out to the two step teams and the Gator mascot who is here today in the Freeman Center, both just bringing a lot of energy here for the crowd, and for me personally sitting here on the sidelines as well. It's just brings a different energy. We usually have the cheerleaders and band, so it's just something new to look at and be amazed with the talents of people. Gators will come down and set up at this other end. Can go up and is good for Tyree Weeks and brings this game back within one. Puts his pressure on here as well. Little too much pressure. Referee did not like that one, so we'll call a push there on Weeks. But that is his first personal team foul and the fourth team foul of the game so far. Inbounding now we have Smith. Smith inbounds it to Bowens. Bowens tries the under basket pass there, but gets disconnected there, and a very strong matchup there. Kenny Page was going up and tried to be blocked by Smith, and Smith will get his second personal foul on that one, and Page will head to the line. Kenny Page at the line for the Gators, shooting two. First shot is up and good. Bounces around a little bit there. Aiden Braithwaite is back in the game. Brandon Pritchett is back in the game for the Roadrunners as well. Kenny Page at the line. Second shot is good as well. So now we are all tied up. Actually, excuse me, they just updated the scoreboard as I looked up to it. But the Gators take the lead now within one. 13-12 left to go in this first half. Rice drives inside, then dishes it off. Shot just hits the front rim from Bowens and was no good. Very fast-paced game we have had here so far. Driving inside and is good there is Jalen Davis. Ball bobbled around a little bit, but he was able to gain control and just composedly finish that one underneath the basket. Rice drives inside there and misses that one, but ball falls back into his hand as he swings it around. Another shot there by Butler, no good. Gators will come down on the other end and set up their offense. Moving the ball around, trying to find the right shot. 16 seconds on the shot clock. Had some time. Put a rush shot up there as Braithwaite, and it did not fall. Roadrunners will keep that same fast-paced basketball moving right now, and 19 seconds left on the shot clock. They have some time to keep moving it around. And an offensive foul. Anthony Harrison will get his first personal foul there. He didn't like that one, but he thought he was going up shooting, and then the referees called in. So they said he pushes off there, so the basket is no good. And will be an inbound down here for Virginia Peninsula Community College. Kenny Page will drive up the court. Driving up is Kenny Page. And ball goes out of bounds. No foul called there. He hit the ground kind of hard, but it's going to be Gateway's ball. Pritchett drives inside. And gets called a foul on the Gators. Number 1, Kenny Page. Weeks will check back in now for the Gators as well. Going to be Gateway ball down here on this end. Pass right underneath the basket to Harrison. Shot from behind the arc is good for Bowens. Gators still maintain the lead here. Driving up and was fouled is number 3, Jalen Davis. Brandon Pritchett, number 0, gets his second personal foul. So referees are having a conversation down here. Back at the other end offensively for the Roadrunners. They didn't count it as a 3, but it was a 3, so they're fixing that on the scoreboards, which ties the game up. And then we have Jalen Davis here at the line who makes the first shot, so brings the lead back up to 15-14 for the Gators. So second shot here is no good. Offensive rebound. Almost good, but Braithwaite didn't have enough on that one. Roadrunners here setting up their offense, and referee calls a travel. VPCC does a good job defending that one, is now rewarded with the ball. 10:59 to go in this first half. Bringing the ball in is Davis. Defended well by Jaden Rice. Tyree Weeks moves the ball around. Shot from behind the arc is in and out. Defensive rebound there. Efforts by Bowens, and Harrison is going the other way. Has a little bit too much on that one, but rebound by Butler. And Butler finishes that one. Davis taking the ball in now on this one. Davis still with the ball going up, and an offensive foul on that one before he went up to the basket, so he's called for that one. Jalen Davis has his first personal foul. Checking in for the Gators, number 1, Kenny Page is back into the game, and number 11, DeCameron Hayes, is into the game now for the Gators. Really well done there offensively for Anthony Harrison of Gateway. Spins around and finesses that one in the basket over Hayes, so does a really good job on that one. Roadrunners take a 3-point lead here. Ball is swung across the court and then passed inside. Shot is no good there. Roadrunners come back with some speed. Going up is number 4, Butler, and Butler makes that one look easy after such a fast pace, catching that ball and putting that one up. Gators will look to make something happen offensively here. Down by 5 in these last minute or so has been all Roadrunners. Swings the ball back around from behind the arc is no good. And Roadrunners defend that one well and will receive the ball, so we'll get to go back down to this end. Subbing in for the Roadrunners is Cam Bird. Bringing it up is Rice now. Rice will find Butler. Butler driving inside is blocked. And some fancy moves there by Braithwaite. Gets it down the court and is converted by Kenny Page. So 17-20 now is what the Gators trail. Coming back down again on this other end is Jaden Rice. And goes down for the Gators is Tyree Weeks, just cramping a little bit, so they'll sub number 13, Chris Hayes, in now. Referee will call his timeout, so Weeks can be checked on and just rolled out a little bit. And then number 13, Chris Hayes, checks into the game. Kenny Page with some pressure. And an offensive foul there to Devon Falk. First personal foul as Jaden Rice ran into him. But referee saw an offensive foul there on the block, so he will move it around, or the pick, I should say. Rice brings it up for the Roadrunners. Rice takes it himself, but dishes it back off. Driving inside and up is Bowens, but does not convert on that one and does a fancy get up. I don't think I've seen a basketball player do that one. Rice inbounds now for the Roadrunners. Finds Bird. Bird driving inside and gets the and one there for the Roadrunners. We'll head to the line. Number 5, Cameron Bird. Roadrunners lead 24-17, just under 8 to go in this first half. Cam Bird gets the opportunity to make this a 3-point offensive opportunity. First shot is good, so he does that. Got fouled, went up for the and one at the line and converts on that one. So now the Gators will look to make something happen down here in this end and stop the bleeding a little bit. Great leading pass there by Jaden Rice, and able to convert there is Butler. Rice does a really good job. And the energy from Mountain Gateway you can just feel in the Freeman Center as the Gators will call a timeout and take some time to regroup here. Roadrunners lead 27-17 with 7:30 left to go, so they will have a full timeout. I will also be taking a break here. You're watching men's basketball on cnusports.com/watch.
2-year degrees and career study certificates in nearly every field, including skilled trades. We have transfer agreements with essentially every four-year university in the state. Our faculty is devoted to their craft and their students, so you will not just be a number. Our professors care about their students and their success. For more information on the college, visit www.vpcc.edu.
Back in the Freeman Center as the Gators will inbound after calling that timeout to just regroup a little bit and settle down. Kenny Page driving up now. Dishes it back, and well defended there by Rice. And a great block there by Gillum. Ball goes out on Virginia Peninsula. Will be Gateway ball. Roadrunners will inbound now. Shot from behind the arc is high and hits the front rim, so no good there. Foul is called. Kenny Page went up and will now head to the line, so he will have 2 shots. Page looks to be feeling that one a little bit. Now he is at the line shooting 2. First shot is in and out, no good. Kenny Page is back at the line for his second shot. Second shot, is also no good. Unfortunate 2 bounces there, and you wonder if when he went down he was feeling that one a little bit. And now we'll take a break to get looked at a little bit and just probably got banged up. But subbing in for him is Jerome Mitchell for the Gators. Jalen Davis now inbounds. Shot from behind the arc is no good for Braithwaite. Driving with pace and hesitates a little bit is Davis. Davis does a great job there. Felt the pressure coming, hesitated, and then was able to convert on that one with no one on him. Taking that one himself is Jalen Davis, but Bowens making it known that he was not going to have that one easy. Bowens with a great block there. Now inbounding 18 seconds on the shot clock. Finds Gilliam inside. Excuse me, not Gilliam. Falk inside. Falk doesn't convert on that one. Ball was up there and no good. Almost got to and one there, but shot was no good. Heading to the line for the Roadrunners is Davis. That foul was on Falk. That is his second personal foul. Roadrunners lead 29-17. About 6:12 left in this half. First shot is no good for Davis at the line. Gators will bring back in Tyree Weeks at the line. For the Roadrunners, we have Davis for his second shot here. Davis converts on his second shot there. Weeks will take it up here for VPCC. Dishes it off to Davis. Davis sees a lane, moves the ball around. Shot from behind the arc is good with Jerome Mitchell. Three-pointer there, just what the Gators needed to get their offensive spark, but an answer there by the Roadrunners. Davis hits a three and is fouled. Jerome Mitchell will be charged with his first personal foul there, so Davis will have an opportunity to have a 4-point shot here at this point. Davis here with one shot after his made three. Shot is up and good. Jerome Mitchell takes it here and crosses half. Dishes it off to Weeks. Gators trail by 14 now with 5:30 left to go. Tries to finesse that one up his Falk, but was blocked from behind and gets a great rebound there. Braithwaite does a great job finishing that one. Shot from behind the arc is no good there. Davis drives inside, getting a rebound, but still no good for Falk. Fast pace there for the Roadrunners. Rice catches up to that one and dishes it back to Butler, and Butler puts that one up for the Roadrunners. 36-22, 4:41, left to go in this first half. Open shot and lane for Falk, but still no good. Wide open three, bounces out and around. Ball is still bouncing up. And a great effort there for number 3. Jalen Davis keeps that ball in bounds, and then Jerome Mitchell finds the pass off to Braithwaite, and he finishes that one there. Another wide open three there for the Roadrunners. And subs will enter the game after a timeout taken by VPCC to kind of regroup a little bit within these last 4 minutes of this first half. Just see what they're doing right, what they're doing wrong, what you can do to change it up a little bit. Roadrunners doing great on the opposite end, just trying to find the little things that they can also work on. (36-24). 3:54 left into this first half. Butler leads Gateway with 10 points. And Davis leads VPCC with 7 points, but many scorers on VPCC sharing the love a little bit, as well as Gateway just having 8 different players with baskets in this game so far. VPCC looking to set up their offense here. And a shot from behind the arc is no good, but was already called out of bounds. So it will be Mountain Gateway's ball down here at the other end. Great defensive efforts there. And a slam dunk for Aiden Breakwaite. Really great job there down here at the defensive end, and was rewarded with a slam dunk here to get some people in the Freeman Center on their feet, give a little life to this VPCC team, down by 10 with 3 minutes left to go in the half. And shot is up for Bowens, but no good, and then bounces out of bounds. So it'll be VPCC ball down here on the other end. Davis chucks that one in and was smacked out of bounds by Butler. So VPCC will have it down here on the other end. Davis will take it up the court now for the Gators. Gonna be white ball down here. Davis will inbound here. Gators will look to cut the lead a little bit before half. Driving inside is Tyree Weeks, and then finds Falk inside. Falk is reluctant to shoot, and so Jerome Mitchell will put one up. That is no good. Back down here are the Road Runners with Butler dishing it off. Moving around, ball ends up in the hands of Rice. Rice will look to make something happen offensively. Drives inside. And called a foul there. And Rice will head to the line here. Referees having a little bit of a discussion of which foul they were calling, but I believe one referee blew the whistle a split second before the other one. So Rice will head to the line here for the Road Runners. First shot is up and good. John Lane will enter the game for the Gators. Second shot is up and good. Road Runners extend the lead 38-26 with 2 minutes left to go. Up and fancy movement is Aiden Braithwaite. So he converts on that one, but back down on this end is Pritchett. So feels like when the Gators answer, the Road Runners have a different answer back down here on the other end, and that's why they lead by 12 right now. Shot is up for Mitchell and no good. Rebound to Pritchett. offensive efforts here down for the Roadrunners. Shot is up and no good. Finds a somewhat open Mitchell down here in the other end. Long pass is somehow kept in bounds. And an offensive foul. I think the pace of that was just moving so fast, so got in the way of number 3, Bowen. So that is his first personal foul. Terrence Hodge checks back in for the Roadrunners. Jalen Davis brings the ball up across half. 45 seconds left to go in this first half. Davis driving inside. Shot is good. Brings the lead to 10 before half. Rice will hold on to it a little bit. Just run the clock down before half. Swings it back outside to Pritchett. Pritchett finds Harrison. Harrison bounce passes to Butler. Butler dishes it off to Rice. Rice driving inside himself. Doesn't make that one, but a last push here for the Gators. And Braithwaite is fouled. So he will head to the line with 4 seconds left to go. Gators are down by 10. So he will have 2 shots here at the line. 1-1 now. First shot is good, so he will get another run because of 1-1. Chauncey Gilliam gets back in now for the Gators. It will set up now. Braithwaite is still at the line for his second shot of the 1-1. Left to hang there a little bit. Gets his own rebound. Shot is up. And clock runs out there. What a great half here to this first game in the Freeman Center. Mountain Gateway leads 40-31 here at the Freeman Center. And now you guys can stay tuned to the halftime that is going on here at the Freeman Center today. And the Virginia Peninsula Community College and CNU will be showing their agreement that is being signed today here that will announce new academic agreements that make it easier for students wishing to enroll in CNU after attending to VPCC Community College. So stay tuned and we will see what is happening at halftime as President Bill Kelly and Vice President of the Virginia Peninsula Community College, Porter Brennan, will celebrate and sign this agreement at halftime. You're watching men's basketball on cnusports.com/watch.
With CNU. And hence the VPCC men's team is back in action on Saturday, February 10th against Sand Hills Community College. Tip-off is at 1 p.m. at Warwick High School. They'll be followed by the VPCC women taking on Patrick Henry at approximately 3 p.m. That will be the final home game of the season for the women.
back here at the Freeman Center. Virginia Peninsula College trails 31-40 as Roadrunners came out firing in the closing ends of that half of the first half there. We'll get you some stats from the first half as we get back in. And that shot is up for Jalen Davis, but no good. So both teams had some time to regroup in the locker room and talk about some things that they need to work on as Smith steps out of bounds here at this end for the Roadrunners. So VPCC will get the ball down here on the other end for them. Inbounding here is Davis. Smith drives past half here. Now they will look to set up their offense here, trailing by 9 with a lot of time and a whole second half to play here. So a lot of energy coming from them inside the Freeman Center. And a great finish there by Gilliam. Roadrunners will look to inbound here. Does a great job breaking the press. There is Rice. Rice was doing really well and effective for the Roadrunners in the first half. He had 4 points and 2 steals, so on defense was really strong there for Mountain Gateway. Now we have Butler at the line for the Roadrunners. Butler was the leading scorer in the first half. First shot is no good there. Only shot there. Like I said, Butler was the leading scorer in the first half with 10 points and 4 rebounds. So really well done there for Gateway. Attempted shot there by Braithwaite, and he was blocked there. No, shot was no good. Aiden Braithwaite in the first half had 5 rebounds and 9 points, so really effective for VPCC alongside Jalen Davis, who had 6 rebounds and 9 points. So both of them sharing the top point getting spot there. Smith has the ball down here at this end for the Roadrunners and will look to set up here for the Roadrunners. I think key to the second half is just settle down a little bit and play the basketball that they were playing, because they've been doing really well and have maintained this lead, but now it's about keeping this lead. And if you're the Alligators of VPCC, you're doing everything you can to cut back at this lead and then make it difficult as you can for them. And a foul is called there on Jalen Davis, so Rice will head to the line. So Rice is at the line for 2 shots. First shot is no good. Second shot is good. So Roadrunners keep this lead of 10 here. So the Alligators will come down here on the offensive end and look to make something happen. Driving inside and up is Braithwaite. Like I said, really special offensively and defensively in the first half and has continued to maintain that in the second half. Scramble for the ball here, and the ball goes out of bounds. Will be Mountain Gateway ball down here at the other end. In their offensive half. Little scramble there. Thought it was going to be a possession arrow jump ball call, but ball went out of bounds and referee saw that it went with Mountain Gateway. Dishes the ball out. Little flick back behind and a block there by Chauncey Gilliam for VPCC. Referee is fixing the clock here, I believe. Shot clock was off by, I think, a second or so because referee walked over to fix it, but the crowd was worried about a foul being called on Gilliam, but it was not a foul. So Roadrunners back down here at this end. And ball goes up and is good for Anthony Harrison. Shot from behind the arc is good for Jalen Davis and gives Virginia Peninsula exactly what they need in the early parts of this second half. Foul is called on Tyree Weeks. It's his third personal foul. Inbound here. Rice will get it an inbound for Mountain Gateway. Dishes it off to Butler. Butler swings it back around through Bowens. Bowens sets it out to Harrison. Great ball movement here for the Roadrunners. Ball almost goes out of bounds. Smith gets it, drives inside, and converts. So really well offensive opportunity there for the Roadrunners to just move the ball around, and then Smith was able to convert on that one. They didn't rush the shot, but an and one down here on the other end for DeCameron Hayes. Takes that lane, finishes it, and gets fouled. So we'll now head to the line. DeCameron Hayes at the line for the Gators. Shot is up and good, so three-point play there for Hayes. Cuts the lead down to 6 for the Roadrunners, but Smith answers again. 2 back-to-back baskets for Dontrell Smith. Gators will have some offensive opportunities here at this end. 12 seconds left on the shot clock. Driving is Tyree Weeks and was fouled going up. Tyree Weeks will have 2 shots here from the line. First shot is no good. Tyree Weeks at the line for the Gators. Second shot just bounces out. Pass goes out of bounds, so the Gators will get it back down here in the offensive half. Timeout taken by Mountain Gateway will be a full timeout here. If you're just tuning into us today, I talked about earlier why CNU is hosting this game is so important, because at halftime of today's game, we saw, if you were tuned in on the stream, that Virginia Peninsula Community College and CNU announced a new academic agreement that makes it easier for students to enroll into CNU after attending Virginia Peninsula Community College. And on your cameras right now, you're seeing the step team going for Mountain Gateway. So both step teams here present today and really bringing the energy here to the Freeman Center. Has been a lot of fun to watch as they go back and forth as well. And just continue to keep the energy and the spirits high in the Freeman Center today on this cold Saturday. Back in action here, we have Jalen Davis driving for the Gators, dishes it off, and a shot from behind the arc is good for Aiden Braithwaite, and he cuts the lead to 5. Braithwaite gets a steal again and almost converts on that one, has all of his teammates on the bench stood up, and coaches jumping up and down, so really great effort there, and is unfortunate to not convert that layup, but made that 3 and then got a steal, so I think he'll be okay after that one. But Virginia Peninsula trails now after that basket is made by Anthony Harrison. So a 7-point lead here for the Roadrunners. Driving inside, cuts it back down to 5 is DeCameron Hayes. Press here now for the Alligators, but Mountain Gateway was able to break that press. And a steal here, but a foul called on Smith. And momentum shift and energy from Virginia Peninsula Community College. You can feel it in here today. They're moving the ball around well now and making those offensive opportunities. I think something they struggled with in the first half, with just putting shots up to put them up, but now it seems like they're taking the ones that they can get, as that one goes up, but a rebound is stripped, and a fast-paced break here. Little too fast for Butler, but Rice was there to get the rebound and put that one up back down to this end. Mountain Gateway ball down here at the other end, as Jalen Davis was unfortunate to not make that one there. Mountain Gateway does a really great job to break the press. Wide open 3 down there at the other end. Gets his own rebound and a scramble for the ball, but is thrown down the court by Tyree Weeks, and going up for that layup there is to Cameron Hayes, but unfortunate to not make that one, and an easy coasted layup for Butler, one of Mountain Gateway's top point getters of today. Short shot there, but a rebound and an and one is given there to Chris Hayes, so he will step up to the line. 6'4" forward from Suffolk, VA. Chris Hayes will head to the line. One shot, so a chance to make this a 3-point play here for Hayes. And he does so. Gators trail by 6 now, and a great steal goes up, and unfortunate to not bounce in again is Braithwaite. But the rim helps the Gators back down here at this end. Ball is still scrambling around. Driving inside is Davis, and he puts that one up. Rice will settle it down a little bit here in the Freeman Center. You can feel the energy just continuing to push. Smith for 3 off the back rim. Ball's continuing to bounce around. And back court, so Gators will get the ball down here. Anthony Harrison into the game, and Brandon Pritchett for the Roadrunners. VPCC will inbound the ball down here. Finds Chris Hayes inside. Hayes driving up. Still looking for an opportunity and converts on that one. So now the Gators, who trailed by as much as 11 going at the start of this second half, have cut the lead down and are down by 2. Mountain Gateway will bring the ball up. Pritchett will take it to the right side, swinging it back around, driving inside. And an offensive foul is called. So the Gators will get it back down here. And I think that's something to definitely credit to their comeback in this second half. Has just been their defensive efforts. They're scrappy for the ball. They're grabbing the ball and making blocks and cutting out passes when they need to. Weeks driving down the court, dishes it off, and is good for Chris Hayes. Ties the game up now for VPCC. Like I said, they trailed by 10 coming into this second half and did a great job climbing back there. Foul is called and will send Butler to the line. Butler will now have 2 shots for the Roadrunners. Butler was very strong in the first half for Mountain Gateway. Talked about him having 4 rebounds and 10 points, so their top point getter, and he has only continued to add to that as he converts there on the first shot. Second shot is left short. Almost got his own rebound, but that ball bounced out of bounds. 11:41 left to go in this second half. Trap here. Does a really well done job getting out of it. It's Tyree Weeks. Travel violation called on Braithwaite. Mountain Gateway's ball. They will inbound down here, leading by 1 with 11:20 to go in this second half. So we have been in for a treat so far. Great pass just off there and fouled. But it's 1-1, so Hodge will head to the line here for the Roadrunners. 1-1 here. And he makes that one. Extends the lead to 2 now. Jalen Davis back in for the Gators. Hodge still at the line, converts on the first 1-1, misses the second one as it hits the back rim. Davis comes in and gets that rebound immediately. Almost a steal there for Hodge. Goes up is Tyree Weeks, so answers to those foul shots. Timeout there called by the referee when the players lost something, so it will inbound. Brandon Pritchett dishes it off to Rice. Rice picks up his dribble, so forced to find a pass. Driving inside is Butler, unable to get his hand under that one. Dishes it back to Braithwaite as that one is converted up down here at this end for the Gators. Gators take the lead. And an answer back down here. I think a hit to the face is a Tyree Weeks, so we'll have an official timeout. Smith is back in for the Roadrunners. (59-59). 10 minutes left to go in this second half. Jalen Davis left that one short. Chris Hayes went back up with the rebound, but was called on the rebound. One and one, so we will come back down to this end. On the line is Terrence Hodge. He converted on the last free throw. 1 and 1, the first one, and then missed the second one. First shot is up and good, so he will get another one. Second shot is no good. And a violation from the shooter, so it will be VPCC ball coming out. Catches the long range pass and goes up is DeCameron Hayes and gets the and one for VPCC. So he will head to the line here and have an opportunity to make it a 3-point play. VPCC leads 61-60 as Hayes is now at the line. Just under 10 to go in this second half. Shot is up and no good, but rebounded from the 3-point line. Gets knocked down and shot is no good. Fast pace here. Dishes it out to Smith. Smith drives inside himself. Blocked by the front rim, but will get called on the foul. Is number 15, Chauncey Gilliam. So Smith will head to the line here for the Roadrunners. He has 2 shots here. First shot is up and no good for Smith. Smith has a second opportunity here to tie the game up. Shot is good, so we are all tied up here. 9:38 left to go in the second half. VPCC down here on this end, dishes it. Ball bounced a little high there for Gilliam, but was fouled. And will now go to the line, which puts the Roadrunners also in the bonus, so he is Shooting 1 and 1 down here in this end is Gilliam. Gilliam up, and first shot is good, so Road Runners take the lead by 1 again. Second shot is up, hits the back rim. No good there for Gilliam, but made the first one on the 1 and 1, and a steal there. Goes up and converts is DeCameron Hayes, giving the Freeman Center some life here as Smith is denied there by the front rim, and both teammates fighting for the ball there for the Road Runners. That one is rebounded and brought down by the Gators. Back around and is fouled is Tyree Weeks. Tries to go around the world there and goes up. Tyree Weeks will head to the line here for the Gators. Gators lead by 3 now. Just under 9 left to go in the second half. Weeks at the line here, been very strong for the Gators today, and makes that one, makes the first shot. Jaden Rice back in for the Road Runners. Weeks here at the line for his second shot and converts on that one, so the Gators lead by 5 now. Road Runners looking to bounce back at this offensive opportunity. And an offensive foul charge is taken by Jalen Davis for the Gators. Does a really great job there defensively, and we've seen this Gators team do a really great job on defense and offense in this second half, but it seems like everything they talked about in that locker room at halftime is just coming together, giving them some life here and an opportunity to continue to kind of make a statement in this game. Like I said, they were down by 10 going into this half and have bounced back and now lead by 5. Chauncey Gilliam gets a foul there while Jalen Davis was taking a shot. Chris Hayes checking back in for the Gators, and Hayes, we saw earlier in this second half, convert 2 baskets back-to-back. Just really strong efforts by him off the bench, so really well done there by number 13, Chris Hayes. Road Runners setting up their offense there as Jalen Davis is defending all over. Rice driving inside, looking for a teammate to pass it off to. Shot up by Anthony Harrison, and referee blows his whistle. So that shot is no good, but Anthony Harrison will head to the line, and DeCameron Hayes will get his 3rd personal foul. First shot is up and no good. Gators lead by 5, 8:11 to go in the second half, and Anthony Harrison at the line for the Road Runners. Second shot is also no good. Gets his own rebound, goes back up, does not convert on that one, and Jalen Davis for the Gators comes down with that one. To Cameron Hayes with the possession of the ball now. Dishes it off to Braithwaite, sends it to the corner for Jalen Davis, as that Gators bench on that side thought that 3 was going to be in, and Jalen Davis got denied by the rim. Butler looking to make something happen, dishes it to Hodge. Hodge unable to convert on that one. Braithwaite down at this end and makes the 2. Braithwaite's been so strong here for the Gators, and converts on that fast break getaway. Foul is called there for Chris Hayes, so that one goes on him. Anthony Harrison will be at the line for the Road Runners with 2 shots as the Gators lead 68-61. Both teams in the bonus, so I have a feeling we're going to be seeing a decent amount of foul shots within these next 7 minutes or so. Anthony Harris still here at the line. Second shot is up and good for Anthony Harrison. Number 1, Davis checking in for the Road Runners. Saw him as a 3-point shooter in the first half, I believe. He had 7 points in the first half and knocked down a 3. So maybe the Road Runners just trying to get some points back on the board, putting Davis back in as he was a successful 3-point shooter earlier. Tyree Weeks with it. Passes it off to Braithwaite. Shot clock winding down. Braithwaite puts that one up, and Gators are able to get that rebound. Unfortunate to not fall there for Jalen Davis. Ball goes wide and passed off to Cam Bird. Bird is out of bounds for the Road Runners. And that will bring us to a media time out here in the Freeman Center. Wow, what a second half we have had. Like I said, the VPCC had trailed Mountain Gateway by 10 at half and was able to bounce back and bring this to a close game, and not only bring it to a close game, but take the lead as they lead by 6 now with 6:22 left to go in the second half. Both teams are in the bonus now, and you can see on your screens the Gator of Virginia Peninsula Community College is here. The mascot is showing us some moves, and speaking of moves, we have the step team as well of both teams here, giving us the moves and entertainment in the Freeman Center today. A really great opportunity for the communities to come together like we have seen. And getting my stat sheet now, I'm looking at Aiden Braithwaite for VPCC with 18 points, so really well done there, and Jalen Davis with 14. So those two people just really rallying together in this comeback. And looking at the total points, and point leader for Mountain Gateway is Butler with 17 points. So both teams having those high scores. Down here in the corner, 3 is left short. Going up is Tyree Weeks, and he makes that one count as the Gators take an 8-point lead here. And something else I'm seeing on my score sheet is that there's been a lead change 7 times, so you can see how back and forth this basketball game has been throughout this whole entire game. Jalen Davis now with the ball. Gators going to look to take some time off the clock with this lead now. And referee blows for a travel on Jalen Davis, so it will be the Road Runners ball down here. And they will inbound here for Butler. Like I mentioned, Butler being the top scorer for Mountain Gateway throughout this whole entire game with 17 points and 8 rebounds. Great steal there by Jalen Davis. Driving down the court is Davis and goes up 1-2 for Jalen Davis. Gives a 10-point lead now for VPCC, and VPCC can preach it the most. They know the 10-point lead isn't stuck there because they came back from a 10-point deficit as well. So I'm just curious to see how the fire lights under the Roadrunners in this last 5 minutes of this game. Jalen Davis taking some time off the clock. 14 seconds left on the shot clock. Ball is with DeCameron Hayes. Gators need a little bit more offensive movement as DeCameron Hayes goes up and was fouled, so he will go to the line for 2 shots now. Gators having a little bit of a discussion there, just maybe talking about offensive opportunities and what they can do better on offense. And now DeCameron Hayes will be at the line. First shot takes a lucky bounce on the front rim and goes in for DeCameron Hayes. So 11-point lead now for the Gators. Second shot here for DeCameron Hayes. Second shot is also good. So now we have a 12-point lead for VPCC. And the Roadrunners of Mountain Gateway are just looking to inch back at that deficit, as we just saw there with Anthony Harrison making that 2. Just rushing the shot, not letting a lot of time on the clock go off. Great pass and receive goes up as Chris Hayes, and he has been on fire this second half during this comeback. A lot credited to him, and a block down here at this end by Hayes as I continue to rave about his performance here in the second half. Going up and bounces around. Hayes with the rebound and goes back behind. Converts that one again and has brought so much energy and life to the Freeman Center. Front rim blocks that 3, efforted there. 14-point lead here by VPCC, and like I have said multiple times, it's just they were down by 10 going into this half and just felt the spark and the energy in this Freeman Center and have done a really great job here today. 3 is good down here for Dontrell Smith. So lead is cut to 11, but the energy is still high for the Gators. So they will go into a timeout, and on the other end, the Roadrunners are going to continue to talk about the things that they can do. They dropped a 10-point lead, so now they have to try to climb back within these last 3 or so minutes. But like you guys know, watching basketball, 3 minutes is a long time and a lot of basketball to play. So if they knock down their shots, it's going to be an interesting game here in the Freeman Center, as it already has been thus far. Buzzer rings after the timeout, so VPCC will take the court again with Mountain Gateway Community College. Inbound down here is DeCameron Hayes. Disses it off to Aiden Braithwaite. Braithwaite gets it back. Goes back down to this end is DeCameron Hayes. Hayes dishes it back to Tyree Weeks. Weeks is fouled. Both teams in the bonus and have been for a decent part of this half. Tyree Weeks at the line with 2 shots. 11-point lead here. First shot is up and good, so brings the lead back up to 12. Butler back in for the Roadrunners. Weeks still at the line here for the Gators. Second shot is up and good, so converts on both of those foul shots. Rice driving down the court with some pace. Dishes it off to Bowens. Bowens finds Anthony Harrison. Three is short, but looks to get his own rebound. Braithwaite gets that ball. Bad giveaway there, and Smith punishes him for passing that one away. Braithwaite gets the ball back. And they cannot break the pressure of the Roadrunners. A three back down here at this end for Smith. And so Smith has taken the energy of the Freeman Center and applied it to his game as Mountain Gateway has climbed back a little bit at the lead that Virginia Peninsula Community College established late in this second half. So Mountain Gateway down by 8 now going into the last 2 minutes and 30 seconds of this game. So we're going to take a short break here. You're watching men's basketball on cnewsports.com/watch. Back after the timeout to inbound is Hayes. Dishes it out and spinning is Weeks as Weeks breaks the pressure and just settles down a little bit. 2 minutes and 15 seconds left to go as Rice is forced to foul. Both teams in the bonus, so that will send DeCameron Hayes to the line. First shot is up and no good. Back in the game is Smith and Harrison, so giving them a bit of a breather before these last crazy minutes or so. Back at the line, DeCameron Hayes finishing out this foul and is done there. Knocks the second shot down. 9-point lead here for the Gators. 2 minutes left, and a great block by Jalen Davis. Times that one perfectly and goes up, but unable to convert on that one. So really well done defensively, and unfortunate to not convert on that. VPCC ball back down at this end. 1:56 left to go. A 9-point lead, and like I said, trailed by 10 at half, and did a really great job climbing back. And here they are now going into the last 2 minutes of the game with a 9-point lead. Jalen Davis spinning out of that one, finds Braithwaite, and he goes up and converts on that one. Braithwaite been so strong here today for the Gators, and too fast there for the Roadrunners as that one bounces out of bounds off the knee of Butler. So another offensive opportunity if they can make it out here. And timeout is called. So Tyree Weeks gets bailed out of that trap in the corner. So timeout taken by VPCC, a full timeout here, and 1 minute and 37 seconds left to go in this second half. If you're staying around for the next game, Salisbury at Christopher Newport today. CNU men's basketball will take on Salisbury in their senior day as well, right here in the Freeman Center. So a lot going on here today, and really great opportunity, like I said, to bring the community together with the Virginia Peninsula Community College game versus Mountain Gateway Community College game that we are seeing here right now, and it has been a pleasure to broadcast this game as it's been very back and forth like I talked about. During the second half, the lead had changed about halfway through the second half. The lead had changed 7 times, and it's ever since that, it's been all VPCC throughout this entire game. The Cameron Hayes will inbound down at this end. Quick break there by Jalen Davis. Davis is just taking some time off the clock. 13 seconds left on the shot clock. But Rice fouls. That is his 3rd personal foul, so that will send Jalen Davis to the line. 1:24 left to go in this second half. Misses the first shot on that one. Jalen Davis still in the line. At the line. Jalen Davis been so strong here today for this Virginia Peninsula team, and I can't imagine that this is just a today thing. And a foul is called there and will send Bowens to the line for the Roadrunners. Frequent subs here we've seen in these last 5 minutes or so. Bowens up and makes the first shot, so 10-point lead now. Bowens' second shot is up and good. Cuts the lead to 9 that VPCC has with 1:20 left to go. Jerome Mitchell gets fouled there, so he'll go to the line. Subs waiting to come in now and will be buzzed in after Jerome Mitchell takes these 2 shots. First shot is up and good. Dontrell Smith back in and Anthony Harrison, so a little bit of a rotation here for Mountain Gateway we've seen. Jerome Mitchell makes the first shot, misses the second one from the line. Quick ball movement here for the Roadrunners. 3 is up and no good, but rebound is grabbed, put back up, grabbed, put back up, and unfortunate to not make that one as Anthony Harrison converts on that one. 30-second timeout from Mountain Gateway. So within these last 5 minutes, we've seen a lot of different things going on with Mountain Gateway continuing to rotate players and VPCC just looking to break the presses without getting fouled. And we've seen a lot of foul shots and both teams being in the bonus. These last 5 minutes of basketball have felt like 20 minutes. I'm sure for the viewers at home it feels the same way. VPCC leads by 8. 56 seconds left to go in the Freeman Center. Inbound there. Looking to break pressure there, diving through. Ball is given back and rewarded to Butler, their top point getter. Jerome Mitchell will slow it down and will be fouled, so they send him to the line. 5-point lead now. Six-point lead, excuse me. Math was off there as Jerome Mitchell is at the line for the Gators. First shot is up and good, so 7-point lead now. Jerome Mitchell still at the line for the Gators, so VPCC will now have an 8-point lead as the second shot is good. And Chauncey Gilliam will check back in for Jerome Mitchell as he converts those foul shots. VPCC just needs to slow them down on defense here and not foul, as what I was about to say, as that one was called. Chauncey Gilliam gets that foul there, and that is his 5th, so that will send him back into the game after a sip of water is Jerome Mitchell. At the line is Bowens for the Roadrunners. So first shot is up and good for Bowens. Tries to chip away at this lead that VPCC established in the later parts of this second half. Second shot is up and good for Bowens as well. Fouled is Jalen Davis, so pretty much just bouncing back and forth with foul shots and who can make them and who can, as 6-point lead for VPCC. Jalen Davis with 2 shots at the line. Converts the first one. 7-point lead. Jalen Davis still at the line here for the Gators. Second shot is good, so Gators lead by 8 with 32 seconds left to go. Dishes it off to Smith, who has hit a few threes throughout this game. Loose ball is collected by Davis, and he gets across the half, and shot clock is turned off, which will end this part of the game where Virginia Peninsula Community College's smiles on their face. And an unfortunate game there for Mountain Gateway, led by 10 at half, and Virginia Peninsula came back and finished that one. So I'll be able to give you the stats of that shortly. Really great energy here today. Inviting you guys to stay and hang out on cnusports.com/watch as Salisbury takes on CNU in the Freeman Center today. So really exciting opportunity for the community here today. We've seen a lot of VPCC fans in here, and the energy was great. Like I talked about, the step teams and all that energy was just really strong and a great thing to be a part of today. Game closing out with Virginia Peninsula winning that one after facing a 10-point deficit. So I've been Kenna McCarthy giving you the broadcast here today, and we can't thank you guys enough for letting us host this for you. Hope you're sticking around to watch CNU take on Salisbury. Thank you for watching men's basketball on cnusports.com/watch. done till like 6:30. Okay. The basketball coach is watching the men's game, so we won't start. Okay. Okay. I'll see you later. It was more exciting second half.
Yeah, they came from pretty far behind, right?
So ferry cross the Mersey, 'cause this land's the place I love, and here I'll stay. People, they rush everywhere, each with their own secret care. So ferry cross the Mersey and always
All right,
take me
Harvey
there,
King, are you there?
the place I love.
Absolutely.
All right, there we go. Now we're talking, right? Now we're talking. We're going to be talking soon. I think we're ready to go. If you want to send it to us after this song, that would be fantastic.
You got it. Stand
All
by.
right, get the Salisbury steak ready, Harvey.
We'll never
It's ready.
Awesome.
So I'll continue to say, here I always will stay. this land's the place I love, and here I'll stay, and here I'll stay, here I'll stay.
Extra 99.1 WXGM FM Foster.
Time now for Christopher Newport University basketball. Every game, home and away, all season long. Here on the home of the Captains, Extra 99.1 FM. And now let's go to the broadcast team and the voice of the Captains, Francis Tomasino.
And welcome to the Freeman Center on the campus of Christopher Newport University. It's senior day here as Christopher Newport today takes on Salisbury University. The next to last home game of the regular season for the Captains. CNU has a record of 17-5 coming into this ball game, while Salisbury comes in with a 12-9 record. And looking at the streaks for these two teams, the Captains won their last game on Monday, and that was right here at home over Pfeiffer University, while Salisbury has lost its last two games coming in to this one. Francis Tomasino alongside Tracy Cooper and Harvey King at our controls. And here at the Freeman Center, our fine staff led by Mike Santamoro, Kenna McCarthy, and the whole crew getting set for CNU basketball. And Tracy, the Captains, bounced back after a loss to UC Santa Cruz Monday night. They beat Pfeiffer. Wasn't easy, certainly, but they were able to pull ahead and get the victory. And here today, they're taking on a rival team in Salisbury. Plus, we've got senior day coming up here with 5 seniors, so the emotion of the day will be a big part of it as well.
Absolutely, Francis. Yeah, I mean, you have the Santa Cruz loss just a couple games ago. Salisbury, you mentioned losing 2 games, their last 2 games.